Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick, and today we're going through 2022. Yes, we made it. A lot of shows to go over and review, and not review, but just kind of think back on, reflect on, and plan kind of for 2023, what's maybe going to be planned for the channel and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for all of your comments and subscribes this year. It's been so much fun just building a community around shows, talking about theories and reviews. I mean, all the way from Severance, come on, Audi people, woo woo, to Raised by Wolves. By the way, Raised by Wolves update, no longer on HBO Max. It's completely removed like a Westworld. So there's a community. If you really want to see season 3 of Raised by Wolves, or you just really bummed it got canceled, there's a great community out there. Links will be in the description for you to join the Discord, follow the Twitter, the Instagram, so you can be posting and sharing things to get that show Raised by Wolves picked up by another streaming service. So all those links and stuff will be down below. And we just got through his Dark Materials. Come on, how cool was that? It was cool to see the book finally closed. We got the whole trilogy. We've been covering it since season 1 here, and man, it's been so much fun doing the deep dives, differences from the books and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for all the comments and interactions we had for his Dark Materials. That was such a strong way to end the year, community wise, show wise. It was good. It was definitely good. But was it the best? I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys have probably already heard my opinion enough. Other shows we can talk about. Rings of Power. We definitely covered Rings of Power here, and I was definitely mean about it, and I'm not changing my stance on it. It was not a good show. Huge Lord of the Rings fan, been around forever, so that was rough to get through. By the way, I was right on Sauron. I was right on Gandalf. Okay, what you guys say? I was right. We also had Willow this year. Another fantasy that's not the best, but we only reviewed the first 2 episodes. It's been really tough to get around to it, especially when his Dark Materials has been so much fun. And watching Willow and just being like, what are they doing with this show? I just don't know what happened to fantasy this year. I mean, I watched the newest Witcher show, and I was just like, what is this? This is terrible. So I don't know what happened with fantasy on a lot of different platforms. I mean, thank goodness we got his Dark Materials. That was a good fantasy, but yeah, I really don't know. What else? Oh, we had Primal. Yeah, we had Primal this year, man. HBO Max did a good job this year with their shows. Primal's so much fun. It's an animated show. Highly recommend if you haven't watched it. We did breakdowns on it, doing reviews and stuff like that too, breaking down the cultures and then the artwork and the character design. Great series. Highly recommend going back and rewatching that, getting ready. I don't know if there's going to be a season 3, but it was cool to just it's always nice to get a close and they don't have to continue the loop. So that was a fun show. We also covered Hot D, come on, House of the Dragon. That was a good fantasy this year. Thank goodness we had a good fantasy. And it was really fun to watch at the same time as Rings of Power because it's like how much Rings of Power dropped the ball when it comes to fantasy. But that was so much fun. Always happy with Game of Thrones stuff, unless it's the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. But overall, it was a great show. I thought the writing was good, the cinematography was great, acting was good. It was such a good show. And talking about another good show, we covered Stranger Things here, which was so much fun. Stranger Things was such a good season. I'm actually really excited for the next one. I drove by a pop up here in LA the other day. I'm thinking about going in, doing a little walkthrough, checking it out. But Stranger Things is just a fun world with Vecna and all the other theories we had here. By the way, Eddie is a vampire and he's going to come back. Spoilers. But that was a fun show to get through this year. Another not so fun show was She-Hulk. It was very ups and downs. I don't know if it even knew the voice it or the story it wanted to tell. Fell all over the place, but you know which one didn't? The Boys. Oh my gosh, The Boys always delivers. We're big Boys fans here. The show of The Boys. It's such a good show. I highly recommend it if you're into a twist on the superhero like narrative and stuff like that. Outer Range. We covered Outer Range this year too. That's right. Outer Range. I don't know if they're getting a season 2, but it was a one that you guys recommended for us. It was on Amazon Prime. It was a sci-fi kind of like there's a hole in the ground in the middle of this like western town, Anyways, if you guys are interested, go check it out on Amazon Prime. We did fun breakdown videos and theory videos on it too. It was a lot of fun covering it. And around the same time, we were also covering Severance, which is another show you guys recommended to us, which blew our minds. We loved it so much. It was such a great first season. I was very fortunate enough to get into the panel at Comic Con. By the way, one of you, the subscriber, Matt, whoop, whoop, got me in. That was awesome. Thank you so much again for getting me in. We were able to sit in the panel together and get all the inside scoops. We did a whole breakdown video too. You'll find that on our channel of Severance. But we're super excited for season 2 too. That's supposed to come out next year. We'll see though. I really hope it comes out next year. Other shows, Halo. Oh, that's right. We covered Halo. Oh boy. I'm not even going to talk about. That was a rough one to get through too. Man, that was a rough show to get through. And the other one that was rough to get through was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very rough to get through. Like, why disregard the film that made the franchise A New Hope? That moment of Darth Vader, Obi-Wan fighting, and they try. I don't know. Not going to get into it today. We had Moon Knight, which me and Kyle did enjoy, and we never finished with the reviews of it, but we did enjoy that one overall. The ending was kind of wonky, but the building up part was pretty cool. Like, we enjoyed the split personalities. But you know which one we loved even more than that? It was probably one of our favorite shows of the year. Arcane. That's right. We covered it kind of late, beginning of January, but we really loved Arcane, me and Kyle. We broke it down, talking about the artwork and themes and stuff like that. So that was freaking awesome. Now let's talk about some films. We didn't cover too many films this year. Obviously, we did The Grinch for Christmas. We did the Spirited for Christmas too at the end of the year, just doing some fun Christmas stuff. But we also watched the animated Return of the Kings, which I highly recommend to go watch that. We're big fans of watching old Lord of the Rings content here. If it's the original animated, we're going to be watching The Hobbit next year. We also did a comparison between the animated movie compared to the live action Peter Jackson movie, which was so much fun in the past. We really enjoyed Lord of the Rings here. We watched The French Dispatch, which was very confusing and beautiful, and it was fun and not my favorite Wes Anderson movie, but I really did enjoy it. We went down to the studio. We got to get back on that. We watched Porco Rosso this year. We watched Castle in the Sky and Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. Those were amazing movies. Studio Ghibli always impresses. Miyazaki always does such a good job. They're beautiful films. Castle in the Sky is just it's so much fun. And then the fighting scene, oh, it's so good. I would go check out the reviews if you guys get a chance. Okay, let's talk about next year. Oh, and we did a couple game reviews here too. We're thinking about dabbling more into video game stuff. Let us know in the comments down below. But we are definitely thinking about jumping into video game stuff. But let's talk about some stuff for next year. This off the top of my head, I know I'm probably going to be missing a lot here, and a lot of times shows don't announce when they're going to release until like a handful of months before. So I don't know what's happening in the end of the year. But like a really rough schedule, I really want to review the Super Mario movie. I'm a Mario fan through and through. Let's go. But I'm excited for that, to see what Chris Pratt does, and Charlie Day, Jack Black with their voice acting. Trailers didn't look too bad. It looked fun. Nintendo's really protective about their property, so I feel like it would be a decent movie, if not a great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the last James Gunn movie in the MCU. We're probably definitely going to be covering that one here. I'm a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not a huge fan of Marvel, the last phase with all the shows and stuff like that, but I was a good fan, a huge fan of the Guardians series, and even the Christmas special was fun. I enjoyed the Christmas special. Man, we should have did a review on that. I totally forgot about that. Yes, and then Dune Part 2 is gonna be coming out later on in the year. We're really big Dune fans here. We did breakdowns like we did for his Dark Material, Raised by Wolves and stuff. But on the Dunes book, Kyle is a crazy Dune book reader. We got halfway through it when we were watching the movie, but I'll finish it. That's on my list this year, on my vision board. To finish the Dune books. Last of Us is coming out, HBO Max, which is going to be fun to watch. I hope they do a good job. Severance season 2, we mentioned that a couple times. Come on, Audi. By the way, go to AsArt.space to get our cool shirts that we make here. Audi shirt, come on. Succession. Okay, that's a show we're definitely going to be covering this year. I watch it every year. I don't know why I never thought about covering it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to cover Succession, at least maybe for the final season. Have some fun with it. We did a trailer reaction, which was a lot of fun, and we're going to be really jumping into that. And then The Mandalorian season 3 is going to come out. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Star Wars. It's amazing how Star Wars is no longer like a movie franchise. It's more of a show, and it's more of a series thing now. It's no longer movies. I don't know what happened with Star Wars, but hopefully they can get back on track this year. I did enjoy Andor. Yeah, we reviewed Andor too this year. I did enjoy Andor, so we'll hopefully that helps shifts the tide where we can get Star Wars back to where it should be. Come on. And then, yes, I'm going to be at Comic Con again this upcoming year. I already got my tickets. So if you subscribe or if you follow me, reach out to me if you're going to be there and stuff. Think about maybe doing a small meetup. We'll see though. I mean, I really want to. I think it'd be fun to like meet you guys in person. So it'll be awesome. Oh, and then interviews we did this year. We did one with Riot Comedy, which was so much fun. They're a YouTube comedy channel where they do animations and stuff like that. Just get into the insight, how they set up and their background and what they do for comedy stuff. Go check it out. It's such a fun interview. And then we interviewed the storyboard artist for Raised by Wolves, Josh. He's super talented. It was such a good conversation. Definitely go check that out. He broke down like working with Ridley Scott and all that fun. Not directly with Ridley Scott, but like on the set and seeing his storyboards and stuff like that. So it was a great interview. He's also doing storyboards for the live action One Piece, and it was really cool to hear how, because they didn't cast any of the characters, they had to actually do the storyboards in the anime form, which was so cool to hear. I'm like, what? That's so sick. So then also his links on the videos to his Instagram and stuff like that. Go check him out. He's a super talented artist. But thank you guys again so much for an amazing year. I really enjoyed this year. There was good shows, there were bad shows, there were okay shows, but overall it was just fun talking about them. And I want to continue this into the next year. It's been great growing the channel. I'm super excited, and if you guys want to support, go to asart.space where you can find our shirts and other stuff that we do, all of our links. We even have a podcast. I know I haven't uploaded to the podcast in a while. I'll get around to it. I've been kind of focusing on shorts this year and TikTok, which has been taking me off the podcast, but I'm kind of getting drawn back into the podcast. I like more of the longer form content. But by the way, if you do see our shorts, give them a like, give them a little bit of a boost. We are on TikTok too, asart.space. That's our name on TikTok. We're also on Instagram, but I don't really post on Instagram. But yes, thank you guys so much for an awesome year. I can't wait to see you guys next year on AsArt.